Okay. Well, I'm doing a lot of things here. So I am thinking I'm plying in the opposite direction. I'm also have auto wrap on here. So what I'm doing, because this auto wrap tangles horribly, it's at my feet. I put a bead on it to hold tension on it, but the bead is getting caught on it. Normally I use a washer or something with a hole in it, but see, it's coming up here. And the only purpose for this is just to keep a weight on it. So I'm just letting the yarn feed on by itself and playing with the auto wrap. The spool gets, like right now, it just got stuck. So that's okay. I want this to be overspun because I'm going to ply it on itself. So I'm plying it and plying and auto wrapping at the same time. And keep in mind when you're working on the aura or anything that's got this kind of an orifice, if you hold it at a down angle, the auto wrap will stay down. If I move it up like this, it will go right to the orifice. Let's see if I can, well, it's not going to move, but oops, oh, I'm not watching back here. Yeah, I am kind of guiding it, but where did it go? It's such a fine gold thread. I just got to make sure this is feeding on. I am guiding it. Normally I don't, but this cone of yarn just tangles constantly, and it's so fine. I gotta make sure that I'm still in the viewfinder. I'm keeping tension on my plying yarn, and I'm holding it down. So, Eric, didn't you just leave? And then this bead is, of course, getting snagged on this auto wrap. And then when I come to a big coil like that, I like to wrap it around there. And then, like I said, I'm going to apply this on itself. So I want it over twisted. Just a little. The trouble with this cone is it goes under the cone. The way it's filled is probably a second, and it goes, oops, well, that's okay. It goes under the cone, and that's where it gets stuck. So what I'm doing is covering, I'm making the silver, this is gold over the top. I'm plying with a blue. Yeah, it's more auto wrapping. Oops. Got a lot going on. The biggest problem with this is making sure that it doesn't get caught on the orifice hook, because as that's going around, it will scoop this up. So you just gotta watch everything. Yeah, Adele, it is really annoying, and I like I said, I don't know if they're seconds or what, but this one is horrible, and I get real frustrated normally doing this. I found that if I put a washer on it before I start plying, it helps, But you got to find something light enough, not too heavy. You got to find the perfect storm type of thing. And a bead normally works, but of course I used a wood bead that's got snags on the inside. Why not? Because I was too lazy to go find one. There, it's caught on there. It works. You just have to... I'm like throwing it on here. And if there's a lump that I want to kind of wrap up, just wrap it up. Oh, of course, now it's not feeding on. If it doesn't feed on, it means it's stuck somewhere. I think it was on the orifice. Oops. Yeah, this cone goes narrow on the bottom, narrow on the top, and it just feeds off horrible. And you know what I should do is wind some off on a new cone. I have a cone winder somewhere. And just make a new cone versus dealing with this, because it can be real frustrating. I've just kind of learned how to deal with it, and this is one way. Because sometimes it's great when something auto feeds on, but these get stuck underneath. I did a bunch of this before because it'll just get boring. You just got to pay attention. I'm not doing anything else. And with this, then I can go up and down on this too. Yeah, a weaving bobbin would be good too. Something. I actually will use sewing thread, but I want to use this darn cone up. And I think if it gets smaller, it'll be better, but I high hopes. And I have a bunch of them too. Like I said, I think they might have been they might have been seconds from the factory. See, I've got this bead on here, but the bead is sticking because, you know, and if the bead stays normally towards the bottom or some kind of weight, I use washers, but a washer would be too heavy on this. It's fine, you just have to learn how to work with it. Yeah, I'm going to apply it again after this. I'm going to apply it on itself. No, tonight I'm going to go, or tomorrow I'll go, why is my shoulder sore? And then don't stop what you're doing, for crying out loud. Oh, I'm sorry. If I don't... Don't forget to move your hooks, your bobbin hooks, too. Yeah, if you have, this thread is really weak, but it's great for auto wrapping. It's some gold lame thing. And it's good for plying with a stronger, no, it's not embroidery thread. I don't know. It's just some lame. I like when it wraps around like this and makes like a nice loose tangle around it. And you have control over all that. I mean, you're driving. Like I said, with the Aura or anything with an open, like this hook, I will guarantee, oh, you can't see it. That hook on the Aura will catch this thread in a heartbeat. So you have to keep it lower. I was having trouble with this, and Susie Brown had said, because if you, I'll see if I can get it to travel, I'll show you. The trouble is you can hardly see it. Okay, if I hold it up, oh, and then it snaked. If I hold it up, it starts traveling towards the orifice. I don't want to get too close because it goes fast. So if I do it like this, first of all, it's not traveling very far, if you can see, but it's getting closer to the orifice. If I hold it down, it travels, I want to get away from there. It travels away from the orifice, if that makes sense. Where'd it go? It's way down here already. And auto wrapping shouldn't be this much putzing, but like I said, I've got these spools of thread, this lame, that are wrapped. They're kind of like a ball. They're narrow on they're wrapped on the bottom, they're wrapped on the top, and I should just make a new bobbin with them. I should, but I don't. I keep saying that, and I don't do it because I don't need it until now, right now. I'm keeping tension on my plying thread. This is cotton. I think it's 10-4. Yeah, silk embroidery thread isn't strong enough unless you run it with something else. But it's good auto wrap too. And see, this wants to jump down. I'm controlling the way it's feeding on, Trishy, by holding it down at an angle. And it's feeding over my leg here. It's touching my leg. So it's feeding right here, as is the wrap. Is feeding right there. But I don't care if I go up over it again. It's not a big deal. Oops, just because I said that. I need this to pull on faster. Yeah, it's all kinds of caught up. What do I ply with typically? I use thread. I'll use thread. This is, I was going to do a color gamp, and it was a little too thin. I didn't want to weave with it, so it's weaving cotton. I use anything to ply with, whatever I have, whatever I like. And I had bought from a mill that was in Wisconsin here, Milwaukee actually. I bought a whole bunch of cone yarn. And the only thing I don't like is chenille, because it worms. I don't like weaving with it either. Silk chenille's better, but not the the rayon chenille's better, but it'll worm. But see, I've got my treadling, and everything is just working together here until the auto wrap gets stopped. Like I said, put a bead on it. That helps. Don't put a wood bead with a rough inside on it, like I did. That wasn't too smart. And don't put too heavy a bead on. See, here comes my bead. And it's getting caught. Tension on the plying thread. I'm keeping this at almost a 70-degree angle from the front plane. Where'd it go? I gotta be careful because this, oh, look what happened. Oh. If your auto wrap feeds off nice, you can just, if it's a nice cone, and I'll show you what a nice cone looks like. This is not a nice cone. When it's got a bottom like this at an angle, because it goes down here. This is what I'm working with right now. This isn't the yarn I'm working with right now, but another one just like it. If it's got an angle like this, what happens is it feeds from off here, and it can get to be a problem child. A good cone is more like this one. It's got more of a sharp edge on it, and it feeds off evenly. It doesn't feed off from down here. It feeds off to here, and then there's layers here. But those other ones, like I said, I think they were probably seconds. And then I'll tell you what I am using is, this is from Lunatic Fringe, and it is 10-2 mercerized cotton. And these cones are awesome too because they feed off really well. Because auto wrap, you should just be able to, I gotta make sure I'm in the camera. You should just be able to let it go. I put it between my feet and just let it wrap on. But remember to hold it down. If I hold it up, and I know this is hard to see, but if I start going, oh, it's got stuck. If I start going up, oh, we got everything is getting stuck now. It'll start feeding closer according to the angle. See, and then what happens is this little thing here, I can't show you, this will scoop it up. Oops. It'll scoop it up, and you'll have another issue. It'll be all around the orifice hook. Go figure, my battery's going low. Well, I'm almost done, so I will show you probably tomorrow. Thanks, Alette. Thanks, everybody. I can't really, because there's so much going on here, I can't see too much of what you're saying, and the holder that I have covers the conversation. Yeah, I wanted something with color. I was hoping to maybe wear it at Ply. We'll see. I feel bad because I can't wear half of what I make because I'm hot. I'm not one of those cold people. I'm always hot. Here comes the bead again. It's stuck. It's the right weight. It's just got a rough inside. I'll be teaching this in New York, and if anybody around there wants me to come and teach to their guild, I'm open for that too. Just contact me. I'm going out east October, I think 7th and 8th, I'm not sure. It's on my website. So I have to pass through Ohio and Indiana and Michigan. I won't go into Michigan, but I'm going to teach at Chautauqua, and then I'm going to go up to Niagara Falls. I've never seen Niagara Falls, and I want to go to the Canadian side, so plan on doing that. Yeah, I don't even know what it's like to be cold. No, that's not true. I do. And my feet don't get cold. My hands do. Oh, I'd love to come to Texas. I'll teach anywhere. I love teaching. I really do, because it gives me gratitude too. And see how we have a little knot here? Seriously? So you know it twisted one way or the other. There we go. Behaving here. Bridget, I'll probably go home that way. I have to go to Chautauqua, and that's on the lower part of the state. So I don't know what's going on here. I'm making a mess. It's not feeding on. So obviously something here is not, it's stuck. I just found where it was. Because it's not pulling on. Always kind of watch that too. If your fiber isn't going on, everything's got to keep moving. Okay, I am going to go because I've only got 10% of my battery remaining. And I don't know where my charger is down here. Boy, some of these colors, I just love how they go on here. And tomorrow I'll probably ply this on itself so you can watch if you want. Alrighty, have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye. Won't let me go.